Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, March 23rd, 2024. We're back at the Wofild Azalea trailhead parking lot here at Castor Plunge Rd. Today, we're going to be connecting from here over to the Loran Campground, which is in that Camp Claiborne area that we're going to be finishing up for the hike in about a week or two. So we're going to be going, I'm going to show you in a minute, along Castor Plunge Rd. It's going to be a little under 10 miles, primarily road walking and sidewalk along the way. And I'll show it to you as we get started. All right, you can see where we are now. We're exiting the parking lot. And this is Castor Plunge Rd. And we're going to be walking down this a little ways on the road, probably about a quarter of a mile. Then we're going to have sidewalk all the way until we get off of this road, which is going to be back in the town of Woodworth. When we started the Wofild Azalea Trail section a couple of videos ago, I had mentioned about how there's a lot of discrepancies out there on the mileage for the Wofild Azalea. And one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people get confused is because, as I had indicated, the Wofild Azalea Trail now really is 23 miles, but before they had changed the starting point of Valentine Lake, it really was 24. And you'll see the mile marker 24 when you enter the trail here at the parking lot we just left. But there's an extra 2 miles people don't realize, and this is it. Technically, this is still part of the Wofild Azalea Trail. It's going to be technically 2 miles from where we just left to Woodworth. It technically ends at the town hall. And so most people don't do that, but technically that is part of the Wofild Azalea Trail. So really, at this point now, this really does start section 4, which is the final section of the Eric Heber Kisatchie Trail, being that the Wofild Azalea Trail really did end back there. So we're going to be walking alongside this road for about a quarter of a mile, and I'll show you when we get to where we get off the road and onto the sidewalk. A little less than a quarter into today's hike, you can see we're coming up to Maison Rue. So it wasn't a very long walk at all on the road, and there's very little traffic. Oh, golden retriever. This sidewalk just kind of zigzags back and forth. I'll show it to you as we go along. About 2 miles in today. We're up to the intersection of Bayou Clear Road and Castor Plunge Rd. And I just want to point something out, particularly for those who are section hiking or through hiking this trail. You'll be able to see, and I'll zoom in further down, you can see the red light. That's US Highway 165. Just to the right of that, at that intersection, is a gas station that serves hot food. Catty corner across the highway to the right is a Dollar General, and there's at least 1 or 2 restaurants, which is basically the heart of Woodworth. So if you want to get some hot food and you've been hiking for a few days, or you need a resupply, you can go ahead and stop there. But for now, we're now going to continue on in this direction for about 5 miles here on Bayou Clear Road, as it eventually will take us back into Kisatchie National Forest. You're going to see that much of the first part of this walk along Bayou Clear Road, we're still in Woodworth, so it's still residential, and that means there's going to be a lot of sidewalk, which is cool. We're going to be along this probably the first couple of miles of sidewalk, and then as we start getting out of Woodworth, it'll be a little bit of road walk, and then after that it's going to turn into a forest road 253, and at that point is when we're going to start hitting gravel. So I'll show you a little bit here along the way, but this is probably going to look pretty much the same here along the sidewalk for at least the next 2 to 3 miles. 2.5 miles into today's hike. Turns out that the sidewalk section along Bayou Clear Road wasn't as long as I thought. Here at Emma Lane in Bayou Clear Road, the sidewalk ends, so it's just going to be alongside this road for a little ways, and then eventually, as you can see further down, it's actually going to curve to the right, and eventually it's going to run back into Kisatchie and turn into a dirt road. But in the meantime, I'll continue to show you a few nice views along the way. You can see the stop sign right up here. We came in this direction. You want to veer to your right and follow along 253. If you see a sign over this way on this road, that's 247, you're going in the wrong direction. It's a little confusing, but just follow the dirt road in this direction. And we've now come up to the Camp Claiborne loop part of the Area Keeper Kisatchie Trail. We're going to be traveling this way along this trail, and when we come back out, you can see across the road, you can see a white cup right there. Just to the left is the other trail, other part of the trail I should say. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to go ahead and get on this piece right here and continue on for about another 2 miles or so back to the Loran Campground. we're about a quarter of a mile left into today's hike. And this is the first part that was a little confusing. You see the sign is a little sideways. And we just came back from this direction. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a left because it indicates you wanna go to the North Loop camp. That is the Loran Campground. And we have just arrived at the Loran Campground. By the way, nice spots here. A little over 9 miles to be exact. A little less than what I initially thought. But anyways, we're gonna go sit down, have some lunch, and I will give you my thoughts on today's hike. All right, just finished lunch. Next time we come out, I'm going to show you more of this Loran Campground area. It's very nice out here. Actually, they have restrooms and places to sit down. We're able to sit down at a picnic table. But overall thoughts today, I mean, obviously most of it was a road walk. Started off primarily sidewalks. And then we entered Kisatchie, and it was pretty cool. It was a little confusing when we first got there, but just remember you have to split to the right and get on the dirt road and not the gravel road when you enter. I really thought that that 2 mile stretch, once we got on the nature trail section to lead us back to Loran, was really cool, wide. There are, you know, ATVs and bikes and whatnot that pass down that trail and all these trails out here. But overall, it was a great experience, very scenic and really easy to follow overall, except for that one junction I showed you a quarter mile before we got to the end of the hike. But we will be coming out here pretty soon. Again, we're going to finish this thing up probably next time we come out. There's 2 days left for us to do that we have planned, and it's going to be probably in that 25-mile range, somewhere's in that vicinity. And we're going to end up probably doing about 12 day 1 and close to the same amount day 2. But we're definitely excited about coming out here. It's a very nice area. Looking forward to backpacking overnight and finishing the trail. It's been enjoyable, but it's gonna be nice to be able to check this off as being complete. So that concludes today's hike, and I will see you again next time on the Eric Heber Kisatchie Trail.